Welcome back, football fans. Such a beautiful time, such a beautiful place. You know what's going on. You know what it is. Fuck Prince of Narnia, a.k.a. Jizz Master MC Captain.
Okay.
With here, as usual, got my brother Derek, the Squiggle Master, Squiggle67. How you doing, my guy?
We're doing good. What the fuck? Yeah, we're doing good, baby. It's conference weekend, championship weekend, whatever you want to call it. Got some good games. Got a good divisional round. So I'm excited. I'm ready to get this shit fucking started. Let's go.
Let's roll. And hey, conference championship weekend. We got a conference championship level guest right here.
A guru.
CT, the man. How you doing?
I am honored after an introduction like that. The guru from the man himself, Squigs. Come on, now. Happy to be here on this Thursday. Sad no football, but great sacrifice to be making for Conference Championship Sunday. Looking forward to it, as I'm sure you guys are as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know who else is looking forward to Conference Championship Sunday? Is that man, Aaron Rodgers, out here big dick swinging. I mean, the debate last week was, could that number one Los Angeles Rams defense contain Aaron Rodgers and the number one Packers offense? And the answer is no. Aaron Rodgers is continuing to have the best year of his career, topping it off with a divisional playoff game against the Rams where he put up 296 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, just making it look good. He also tacked on a rushing touchdown, by the way, if you didn't think that other shit was good enough. Aaron Rodgers out here doing Aaron Rodgers things. I'll pass it over to you to D-Rich. How do you feel about AR-12?
I'm excited. I think this was a really good game. I was super surprised on how easy it looked. Aaron Rodgers has been doing it all year, but like the fact that you have the number one offense, number one defense, and usually the defense will keep it competitive, and it's going to make it a competitive game. But man, it was not competitive. It didn't look great. The defense for the Rams looked okay, but the Packers just came out on top. Aaron Rodgers was balling almost 300 yards, 2 tutties. And Aaron Donald did not play basically the whole second half. He was essentially eliminated from the game plan when they said he wasn't. Very, very weird that it was like that, but I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I'm very excited to see how next week happens. You got top tier offenses. The defense from Tampa Bay is looking good, so I'm excited. Great game. Jared Goff sucks. And what's up, CT? What you got?
Loved this game. Especially loved the matchup going into this week, Devontae Adams versus Jalen Ramsey. I don't know about you guys. I'd chalk it up as a tie. Devontae Adams may have gotten into the end zone, but that was more so great coaching by Coach LaFleur for the Packers, having them run that motion, anticipating man, getting Ramsey clogged in the defense, wide open, end zone for Devontae Adams. Another great headline going in the week is anytime LaFleur and McVay go up against each other, that's just a fun little thing, just because they've been working together for so long. Loved seeing the continuity in the Packers offense, staying committed to the run, doing what they do, mixing it up with the play action, allowing Aaron Rodgers with that deep ball seam that I've seen as a Bears fan for over a decade now.
That was a hell of a you see there's like a little meme on I think it was Instagram or something. Aaron Rodgers saw the coverage, and when he was getting into his snap, you just saw him smirk a little bit, and then that play he threw that fucking 80-yard touchdown or whatever it was, or 60-yard, whatever the fuck it was, to Lazard. It was insane.
Anything on the hash, on the hash marks for that man down the seam, he is money. It's tough. Valdez-Scantling or Lazard, anytime you catch running down there with the linebacker.
Right, and then I think we mentioned it. I can't remember, but how he has no first round weapons.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's correct.
Geez,
yeah. You think about that draft going up against the number one defense this week. How they chose to not add a weapon for Aaron Rodgers, one that he begged for, made it very clear he was almost Tom Brady unhappy.
but
He made a great choice. Bet on Aaron Rodgers. I'd continue to bet on Aaron Rodgers after seeing him this season.
He shows it year in year out, bro. You're not gonna give me any weapons. I'll just make weapons with what I have. Who the fuck's Alan Lazard? We know now, but who was he? Like Robert Tunyon, who the fuck was that?
Barely even know her.
Barely even know her. What you got, Theo?
So I wanted to touch real quick on what CT was saying about Devontae Adams, Jalen Ramsey. I totally agree. This is a marquee matchup that you would write in the lights and put up in the sky in the city. I have to say, I mean, you said it yourself that Devontae Adams put up a fair amount of yards, not a ton, but he had a respectable day receiving. He also got into the end zone, and even though that was, as you say, based on coaching, I mean, the recipe for successful football teams is having superstar players put in positions to make superstar plays. And that's what that was. And, regardless of it not being a monster stat line where he torched Jalen Ramsey, if you saw the footage of Jalen Ramsey on the sideline bitching and moaning about it, I was bumped. I fucking couldn't. You could tell that Devontae Adams was out Jalen Ramsey. So I agree. It was a stud matchup, but I would give that one to Devontae Adams.
All I got to respond to that is, it's an offensive player playing an offensive game at this point. The defense has no other option other than to complain, especially when you're someone as good as Devontae Adams, 1A or 1B at the wide receiver position in the league. And then you give him a quarterback who knows where he's going with the ball before the play even happens. Deadly.
Yeah. I want to touch and say with that matchup, I don't think it wasn't a crazy day for Devontae Adams. I think that's a pretty good day though against Jalen Ramsey. Like 9 receptions, 66 yards. I'm not going to say 1-1 or 1 loss because at the end of the day, it takes all of us. 11 men on the field, especially with that good of a defense, swarming the ball. Like Devontae Adams, he didn't get the yards. He got the receptions. Some of it was zone, whatever it may be. I think it was great by both of them. Great day. Like how many of those catches came in zone? Maybe 3 or 4 of them came in zone. So who knows? I don't know if they did, but so I think they both played pretty well.
All I know is anytime Jalen Ramsey's got a marquee matchup, get the popcorn ready the week before. He's going to be talking all week, and you get that popcorn and you just start eating it.
Oh, man. Oh, baby.
Well said. Well said. You can start eating that Monday morning. Real talk. Hey, you know who is eating it Monday morning is Justin Tucker out here fucking. Oh, my God. I mean, pretty much universally recognized as the best kicker in the league. He's one of you could put him up there without blinking an eye as one of the best kickers in history. Kicking 33% on the field goals, like Jesus Christ, dude. Now, to give him credit, the wind was crazy. It was very obvious from the beginning of the game all the way to the end. Like weather was going to be a huge factor, but I mean, it's Justin Tucker we're talking about, and he missed twice. Or something like he hadn't missed like 26. He had how often do we talk about Justin Tucker have a twicey and it's not like a 55+ yard field goals? Twicey. Like a twicey on misses? Bro, that's like absolutely crazy. And the fact that they lost 3-17, if you add those 2 field goals and you take away the play of the game for Buffalo, which I'll talk about in a second, that game's 10-9.
It changes your game plan. It changes your game plan. Like when you actually think about it, like what they were doing at the end of the game, they may not have been doing because if they had those points on the board. So
certainly, yeah. Speaking of points on the board, this dude Teron Johnson couldn't have told you who he was before the game, but I'll certainly be able to tell you who he is after the game. His ass is going to have a statue erected of himself in Buffalo somewhere. I mean, the 101-yard end zone to end zone pick six was absolutely a thing of beauty. It was props to Teron Johnson for being in the right place at the right time, for fooling Lamar Jackson into thinking Mark Andrews was open. Then also having the athleticism to simply be able to run 101 yards with 11 guys chasing you. But also you got to give props to the rest of the Buffalo Bills for moving downfield, transitioning from defense into offense, blocking downfield. I mean, Lamar was in position to make a tackle, but he had teammates around him. I think Tre'Davious White was down there throwing blocks onto Lamar Jackson. So I was pretty impressed by the Bills. It was a slugfest performance. Weather was definitely a factor, but the Bills held on. They better not play like that against Kansas City. So help me. Help me. The score will be 35-3.
Yeah, so I was just looking at these stat lines. It's weird. The Ravens lose 3-17. The Ravens 340 total yards, 190 passing yards, 150 rushing yards, 4.7 yards a play. The Bills 220 total yards, 188 passing yards, and 32 rushing yards, 4 yards a play. I don't know. And time of possession, 35 minutes Ravens, 24 minutes Bills. How the fuck do you lose this game? Like it's not like you can't move the ball. I get it. Justin Tucker did miss field goals, but did we rely on Justin Tucker to only kick field goals and win the game? No, you had to score. It's one of the hottest offenses in the league right now. You got to score touchdowns.
I'll tell you what happened is that they count on Lamar Jackson to make good decisions in the red zone and put them in a position to win. That pick six that he threw to Teron Johnson was his first ever career red zone interception. Can you talk about choking? Can you talk about like coming into a playoff game and fucking up this one area where you've previously been perfect? Do you know how often we get to say that in this game? 100% success rate, no turnovers in the red zone, and here he just happens to throw it to this one guy who yards it all the way back to the other way. See, that's how passionate I am right now.
And let's not forget 0-3 in the playoffs.
0-3 in the playoffs, and you want to tout this guy as the next fucking big thing? Like, I don't think so. Add some receivers, and
I know how I feel about Lamar. I wonder what you feel like about Lamar, CT. On top of recapping.
I mean, first impression of this game. I mean, we're talking about the kicker to start off the game. The game was super boring. I mean, there were better headlines off the field than on the field for this one for sure. To speak on Lamar Jackson, I mean, you got to love, his mentality, the way he approaches the game, the way his teammates love him. And you got to, just admire the way he leaves it all on the field always. Fact of the matter is Ravens O-line was not that great this year, constantly banged up, constantly switching around. Running backs, I mean, you didn't know what you had with J.K. Dobbins until week 10.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews, when everybody knows it's coming, can't really be that effective because he's not a make you miss kind of guy. He's just a big go up and grab it, not much of a yak guy like Travis Kelce or George Kittle. He's more of a possession catcher. And then when you look at the outside, I mean, they got Hollywood Brown, Willie Snead. I mean, this isn't much that we're going to be talking about. I mean, Lamar, makes lemonade with lemons, in my opinion. And for him to ever have won the MVP blows my mind. And, he's something special. And I think, you could add around, just elevate that wide receiver position a little bit. Give him someone to throw in the red zone too. And it's got to be better than Des Bryant.
Yeah. We actually talked about that last week. And what I said is you can give him I don't think you need to waste like a first round talent on this offense. This offense is meant to run the ball, but get a big body, get somebody that can catch the ball, somebody that you can rely on. That's not Mark Andrews or 5'7".
I agree.
Hollywood Brown. Get somebody that can step up when they need to, because you're right that they lack in that place. And then when they're down, you see the flaw. Like
he's never felt comfortable throwing outside the numbers ever. You can tell. And maybe if you got a guy who could ensure that he was going to win more of those 50-50 balls, he would elevate his game and, at least try.
I would even say, I don't know the exact stat of what he has. I would say that he doesn't even feel comfortable probably throwing the ball outside of play action either. Like play action sets him up really nicely to actually get him open. So
he's shown ability to do all these things that you guys are talking about. He can throw it outside the numbers. He can throw it in the pocket. He can throw it play action. The problem is that he's just so fucking inconsistent. If he played like he truly could play all the time, then he easily would have beaten the Bills. We could easily be talking about him beating the Chiefs and winning the Super Bowl this year. However, there's just some times where he's just like throwing ducks and can't figure it out. So I'll give credit to Lamar Jackson. Like he's a marquee player and he's definitely a big playmaker. One of the biggest playmakers, biggest X factors in the league. But consistency is the name of the game, man. If you can't do it week in and week out, like 0-3 in the playoffs.
Let me ask you this, Theo. Would he be more consistent if the team wasn't a run identity and, he had the ability throughout the 16-game season to throw the ball 35 times a game from the spread like he did in college?
Then he'd be even worse. He would be basically Robert Griffin III, where he might have come out and have a good year like that and maybe win like offensive rookie of the year and then do nothing ever again. The fact that he's a run first team is giving him what he does have and setting him up for play action. It gives him what he does have. But if they put him into a pass first offense, like I don't know, Kyler
Not
Murray,
necessarily pass first when your quarterback can, extend the play.
I just want to.
That's changing the game nowadays. Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes all have the ability, pass first offense, extend the play by 5 or 6 seconds.
I don't think he can do that.
I was gonna say is that maybe they switch from a run heavy at least to a like a West Coast or like a balanced no, because when the run game doesn't work, we've shown and seen that Lamar can't do it. So if they can actually switch over to more of a balanced no, then yeah, I'm down with that. Maybe not a pass heavy because I don't think Lamar would thrive in a pass heavy offense.
Yeah.
But if they don't rely on the run so much, they could easily like destroy teams, because if they can figure it out both sides on the ground in the air, I don't know who you can. Not many people can stop it.
I agree,
especially with that defense looking the way it does.
All right, let's move this on.
Sorry, before we get off the Ravens and Bills game, I gotta say, like, obviously, Derek, you're a big fan of the Kansas City Chiefs fans. They're very passionate, small market fans. I myself am very passionate about Cowboys fans. I mean, one of the farthest reaching fan bases across the country, from New York to California.
From sea to shining sea.
Exactly. America's team. What more can you say about that? I don't know what the fuck is going on with UCT. I'm not even touching that. But I got to shout out Bills Mafia here. I mean, after that defeat, once they beat the Ravens, I mean, they were just so ecstatic that they were going to the AFC Championship. There was a huge social media storm among Bills Mafia, and they all made a pledge to donate $8 to Lamar Jackson's charity, Blessings in a Backpack, to help provide school supplies and all that for kids in Louisville, Kentucky, where Lamar went to college. So to see them do something like that and create that trend, obviously Lamar would rather be playing football this week, but the fact that he's getting charity from the team that beat him, like that's a class act, Bills Mafia. So I gotta say, like, Buffalo Bills fans might be, in my opinion, might be the best in the league right now.
They're the most humble. They're the most humble fans in the league, to be completely honest. And that might stem back to the I mean, it was good in the regular season, but fucking their production in the playoffs in the 90s, they were like, hey, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should be happy with what we got. Even if it doesn't go our way, because fuck. But yeah, totally agree. Bills Mafia, probably the best fans in the NFL.
Gotta say. Moving on to this Kansas City Chiefs Cleveland Browns game on football Sunday. I mean, I don't think anybody was happy watching that game. Browns fans didn't like it. Chiefs fans didn't like it. It was just a tough one. I would be remiss not to bring up the Daniel Sorensen helmet-to-helmet hit, which caused the touchback, which gave the ball back to Kansas City, which, as we know, ends up going into 7 points on the Chiefs side of the scoreboard anytime they get the ball. And then, of course, Golden Boy gets fucking hurt and misses the rest of the game with a concussion. Just a shit show top to bottom, honestly. Like, on the first play of the game, Jedrick Willis is out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that was huge. That was one of the biggest things from the early game, at least, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's turn it over to CT. What do you think about Bills Chiefs? Because I have a feeling that my good partner is going to have a lot to say about
Bills
this game.
Chiefs.
Sorry,
Bills
Browns
Chiefs?
Chiefs. Go ahead, Browns Chiefs.
We're just
You know what?
the Browns and
let's
the great
run into it
season just like that.
Like, let's talk about Chiefs Browns real quick, CT, and then give us your thoughts on Chiefs Bills, since we've already talked about both teams.
We'll have Bills Chiefs later. Just go Browns Chiefs.
Well, just wanted to obviously give the Browns a quick shout out. Talk about middle market teams. They kind of built that thing from the ground up. And it was kind of a phoenix rising from the ashes this season, kind of just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I honestly thought, they had a chance as soon as, Golden Boy goes down. But, Chad Haney and the little engine that could reaches that first down marker. Looking like a helicopter.
Talk about the
propeller.
fucking balls on Andy Reid.
Yeah, looking like a helicopter propeller, looking in midair.
Dude.
Oh, man. Great game. Really entertaining. The better team won. Excited that the better team won. Just happy that we get to watch the Chiefs in the week, and hopefully that, Pat Mahomes can recover and, be 100%. Obviously anytime when the future of the game gets hurt like that, everybody holds their breath. And, even though he may not be your favorite, he is certainly one to appreciate while he's in the game. So hopefully he can come back 100%.
Right.
Well, I have no doubt that he'll come back, but I also have no doubt that he won't come back 100%.
That's what I'm
There's
worried
just
about.
no way. I mean, obviously, like we talk about a doctor outside of the NFL, outside of the Chiefs organization, has to clear him to go, but I have a feeling he'll be ready to go. I'm not saying they'll push him in there if he's still a little loopy, but like,
All right.
drug him up, throw the pads on there, see what happens. I mean, we said it with Aaron Donald. Like Patrick Mahomes with like 3/4 of a brain is probably better than most of the quarterbacks in the league. So I still like
As long
the
as that arm works.
Yeah.
That,
I want to say, I just want to talk about this real quick.
go ahead.
So, first off, Mahomes was a limited participant, but he took all first team reps this week. Today he took all first team reps. He had a neck nerve pinch nerve. That's what it was. It wasn't a concussion. He's in the concussion protocol though, because I guess that's what they do. Pinch nerve concussion. I guess it's this. I don't know, but he's still in the concussion protocol. I have no clue why. That's why he got loopy. I guess that's why he came up in loopy, because whatever. So about this game, shit show from fucking jump, like you said with Jedrick Wills, though. Jedrick Wills. He's rookie coming out, making a name, along with this fucking 3 AP All-Pro offensive linemen on that line. Like, he played pretty well. I want to say that I think the big thing to come out from this game is that, we had more yards passing, but we actually had more yards rushing than the Browns this game. That's just weird to say. I think that's very weird. The time of possession was about the same. We didn't punt the ball at all. It was kind of our game to lose, especially when Mahomes went out, especially when that Sorensen hit. Like, at that point, man, like, it kind of sucked. I want to talk about that. Me and Theo were talking about that hit. That hit should be reviewable. I think it should be reviewable. I don't know what would have happened in that situation. They probably would have called off the touchback because the hit came first, I would assume. I do think the hit should be reviewable because, like we mentioned, Theo, and like in kind of in real time, like no one was really even the refs, like no one thought about even thinking of a helmet to helmet hit in that real time, especially since he fumbled the ball. And then when they came back from commercials, like, oh, this was a helmet. And yeah, you should be able to review it. As a Chiefs fan, I don't like that. I like that it went our way, but I don't like the outcome from it. Like, because like we should be able to review those hits 10 times out of 10. I don't know why we don't. We can make somebody come off the field if they get hit in the head too hard, but you can't review why they got hit in the head too hard. Like, I
think everything should be reviewable. Pretty much everything should be reviewable.
I think, yeah. But long story short, I think that was a big thing, was like we had total yards, 7 yards of play, but like we had more rushing yards than the Browns. We had 123 to their 112. Nick Chubb had 18 rushing yards in the first half. Our defense stepped up, came to play like they do. When our defense needs to step up, I feel like they always step up. So I feel like that's a good thing. They got us the dub this week. I personally think they got us the dub, even though
it wasn't Henny.
It wasn't. I mean, Henny had that run. That run was pretty nice. But I think the biggest play was that fourth down play. What are you doing? Why do you call that? I'm okay that it worked, but why do you call that? Fuck. So.
On ace. I don't Andy Reid.
Bro, Andy Reid's a fucking weirdo.
Speaking of weirdos here, fellas.
Yes.
Famous Jameis takes the field for the New Orleans Saints, and not only does he take the field, he makes the play of the day.
I think it was 1-for-1, bro.
1-for-1. What was it? Was it 56 yards?
62, I believe. I believe it was. You could probably look it up, but I believe it was 62.
No, it was 1-for-1, 56 yards.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
on some trickeration against his former team, the Buccaneers. I mean,
Bears ran it against the Saints the week before with Mitch Trubisky.
Was it a 56-yard touchdown?
Yeah. It was Sean Payton said that he got the idea from that play from the week before when the Bears.
When Javon Wins dropped the bomb.
Oh, it's in my hands. Oh, it's on the ground. That dude, I don't know why he was still in the Bears, bro. After he hit Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I think he should have got cut. That's another story. I don't know how good he is. Maybe he's really good. That's another story.
No, because he's a Bears wide receiver. So no, I would have cut his ass like a fucking lawn in July, baby. He would have been a fresh cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus Christ.
But Thea, to hop back on that famous Jameis shout out, I'm worried about him. He can't be eating that many dimes. He might need to get that stomach pumped if he's eating so many dimes like that. Just left it right in the pocket for him.
Oh my God, it was beautiful.
But yeah, no, that was a great game. Saints Buccaneers was a great game. Can't give Tom Brady the ball with good field position. He'll make you pay every time.
And if you're Drew Brees, you can't you wouldn't expect someone like Drew Brees to make those many mistakes, let alone that same mistake 3 times. But hey, man.
You expect a 42-year-old to come back from broken ribs and play well?
Well, you want to be the GOAT, son? You want to be the greatest of all time? You fucking cowboy up. Don't throw 3 interceptions. It was a 10-point game. Fuck, how many of those
They weren't all his fault. The one to Kamara, when Kamara wasn't looking, yes, definitely Drew Brees.
One interception is
Evan White made a hell of a play, though. That last interception, was a hell of a play.
He did, and I'm not going to knock that or Kamara fucking up, whatever. 1 interception, I'll give you a pass. 2 interceptions, the defense might be doing something. 3 interceptions, Drew. Come on now.
Well, I'm going to say...
Let me hold on before you do that. Let me read you guys some numbers real quick because I just want to be clear. Jameis Winston, right, 1 for 1, 56 yards. Mm-hmm. That one play by Jameis matched 42% of Drew Brees' production on the day. That one play from Jameis, and he threw the ball 1 time. Drew Brees threw the ball 34 times.
Oof.
And he had 42% of his production on one play.
I think we need to give credit where credit is due. We anticipated, or I think, most of the league anticipated that the Saints would come in and that their pass rush would be more impactful than the Buccaneers pass rush. But I think we saw the opposite play out. I think we saw the Buccaneers pass rush be pretty impactful, jumping in the lanes, getting to Drew Brees, deflecting passes. They were impactful.
He didn't get sacked.
But I mean, I think it was a lot of the plays that didn't count. Like, I mean, on the stat sheet it doesn't count. But that defense they played so much better than what they did the first 2 outings. Like 100%. That defense.
They stepped up on the receivers. They didn't let the receivers get anything easy. All game they were all up on them, and they were dropping back the safeties, and they were saying. We're anticipating you're going to run, take our corners man to man, and we're going to have two safeties, and you're going to have to beat the safeties.
True.
Guys, let me put it to you this way. This is best going to sum up what I'm trying to say. Drew, before this game, Drew Brees' worst yards per attempt was week 5 against the Chargers. He had 6.3. And his best game was 9.6. We've been talking about all year that Drew Brees is not passing the ball down the field, doing checkdowns to Kamara, mostly because he was missing Michael Thomas. He had Michael Thomas for this game, though. You want to know Drew Brees' yards per attempt for the game against Tampa this past weekend? Half a yard. Half a yard per attempt.
He can't get the ball down the field because the pass rush is getting to him so quick.
Down the field? He can't move it a yard.
Playoffs.
You're bro. What are you throwing it behind the line every play, Drew? Come on, son.
All right, I get that. All right, let's move on.
Yes.
What's this question you're posing here, Theo? Is this your question?
Well, yeah, I'm not really tripping about that. I'd rather preview the.
All right, we'll get back to it. All right, AFC preview: Bills, Chiefs, Arrowhead Chiefs hosting their 3rd straight AFC Championship game. Only other coach to do that was Andy Reid in 2002 to 2004 with the Eagles. Just going to put that out there. I think this game's going to be really good. I will say if Mahomes is healthy, it's hard not to bet against the Chiefs. Also, I'm a Chiefs fan. But, dude, Josh Allen if he plays like he did last week, it won't be well. But I'm gonna say the one thing that affects games the most is wind, and it was windy. Maybe that's why Josh Allen didn't play well, but I just want it to be a good game at the end of the day. I think we're pretty healthy. Clyde might be coming back. He practiced this week. Sammy Watkins practiced this week. We're getting healthy. So I think if we could stop Stephon Diggs, if we can figure out a way to stop Stephon Diggs, and they can figure out a way to play us competitive for 4 quarters, they have a fighting chance. I think because everybody knows the saying, you have to play us for 4 quarters. You can't play us for 3 quarters and slack off 1 quarter. I'm pretty excited. I want it to be a good game ultimately. I want it to be a good game. Theo's laughing. What you guys say?
Well, here, let me put it this way. If Mahomes plays, I'm saying Chiefs by 21. If Mahomes doesn't play, and that's a big if, like I'd put big money that he plays. I don't think he's going to sit out. You just don't pay a guy $500 million to take a game off. Like, he's going to be in there for the AFC Championship. I'm not worried about that, but if he doesn't play, obviously that leaves the door open. I would still probably guess the Chiefs. But like you said, it's all going to come down to how well the Chiefs defense could contain Josh Allen and that wide receiver number 2 in Buffalo.
2 out there in Buffalo.
Per
source. Per source.
On that. I knew you were gonna mention that. I knew it. John Brown was hurt all year. Anyways,
yeah, you can't be number 1 if you're on the fucking sideline. Just saying.
Props to Stephon Diggs. Proved me wrong this year. Just got to admit it. He just flat out proved me wrong. Wow.
You proved a lot of people
anyways,
wrong.
That's true.
It don't matter this week. Chiefs 31. Bills in between 17 and 20.
Okay, I want to say that, guys. You guys, I really want to say that, but if I don't say that and I don't give a politically correct opinion, like I feel like it's being biased-y, and you know what I'm
it's
saying?
By at least 1 score, maybe 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think under normal circumstances it would be called biased-y, but like.
I also thought the Chiefs were going to go undefeated this year. So
I can't remember the last time I saw a team look like this. And then they came back and they look better. Now they have a defense and a run game. Fuck, dude. Like, so we're going to be talking about these guys in this position for the next 8 years.
I hope it's longer.
I hope not. I want someone else.
Yeah, no, I feel that though. So that's I think we're all in agreement. Chiefs over Bills.
Chiefs.
All right, NFC baby. What you got?
As far as the NFC Championship goes, I'm full on go Pack Go. If you couldn't tell with the alternate Clay Matthews jersey over here, big reppin'. If it's Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna contemplate killing myself. I'm not gonna lie. Even Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, there's gonna be a whole bunch of like passing the torch. Aaron Rodgers, like the old guard, and Patrick Mahomes, the new guard. Can you imagine if Tom Brady and his 6 Super Bowl rings goes up against Golden Boy over here? God damn it. It's all you'd be able to see for 2 weeks. You would not be able to look anywhere, regardless of how much we watch sports, because obviously the 3 of us are very into it.
Yeah.
You would see it on billboards. They'd fly planes across the sky. Biden would get a tattoo of Mahomes and Brady on his chest just to advertise and be like, look what America's got going on over here. Passing the torch from the old guard to the new guard. I really, 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 really want Green Bay to win this game. I really want Green Bay.
Okay.
I'm cheering for a Green Bay Super Bowl. I don't care who else is in there.
Okay. I want to say this.
Try to follow that up.
I'm totally with you. I want Green Bay to win. I'm all for Green Bay. The only reason I would want Tom Brady and the Buccaneers to go to the Super Bowl is at the end of the day we win the Super Bowl because then we beat Tom Brady. But the whole time I don't want it because I don't, for the same reasons you said. I just don't want to hear the bullshit about passing the torch. I feel like they both obviously have played and played in different eras and have different, I feel like they're different players entirely. They're really good, but they're really good at their respective ways. So I want the Packers to win. I am a diehard Aaron Rodgers fan. I know a lot of our friends don't like that because they're from that one area. Fucking, what is it? What is it called, Theo?
I think it's called the black hole or something. I don't
Some
know.
shit. I don't know. No, but no. All reality, I really love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's one of the greatest that we've seen to do it. Man, it's insane what he's done. Same thing with Tom Brady, but I think I got the Packers over the Bucs because no defense has proven to stop this offense.
Yeah, I agree, Derek. I got the Pack this week. I think Tampa Tom, he's acclimated to the weather down south. I think he's gonna have a hard time coming back to the harsh reality of the cold.
That's a big thing. That's underrated. I didn't even think of that, to be honest. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think those 43-year-old hands will need some lotion after the game, after getting exposed to that cold, harsh wind. But I also just wanted to make another point about how, is the pass rush overrated? Is having an elite pass rush overrated? Because I'm looking at these 4 teams. I don't see an elite pass rush. Maybe the Chiefs, but
if you talked about it last year or 2 years ago, yeah. This year, our pass rush is fucking non-existent. Sorry.
So, I mean, that's just my question about that's all I had going into Championship Sunday is the pass rush overrated? And, I think it won't be answered this week. We got too many good quarterbacks playing, so we'll see. But just a little food for thought.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Packers. It's going to be a lower scoring game because of the weather. Give me 24-17. Packers.
I think it's a double-digit win. Packers. Needs whatever it is, a double-digit.
I can't even guess, so I'm just gonna go with Packers win. To be honest.
So, yeah, I think we got a great day ahead of us though. Sunday, very excited. Dude, I just wish Kansas would let us sports bet. I wish we could. I fucking hate that we can't, but it'd be like
you'd have no money.
I know.
That'll get you. And hey, with that, what a great episode. Looking forward to Conference Championship Sunday. I mean, big-time players making big-time plays on big-time stages. That's what the whole year is about. I mean, from April to now, this is what everybody's thinking about. So, hey, absolutely beautiful time to be talking with you boys. CT, absolute honor to have you here. You were a good guest.
Pleasure.
I'm going to say one thing real quick.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Kyle Brandt, I believe is who it was. Tell me what you guys think real quick, super quick. Kyle Brandt said that if Josh Allen beats the Chiefs, he'll be the face of the NFL now. Not if he wins the Super Bowl, if he beats the Chiefs.
No. Disagree.
I just remembered it, so I thought, what do you guys think?
I disagree.
Okay. I just thought about it.
Colin? Yes, no?
Disagree. Get that thought out of your head.
Okay.
Mahomes ain't going anywhere.
Okay. I just want to make sure I was looking at it right too. So cool. All right. Anyways, love you guys. That was super fun. CT, thank you for coming on. You're an OG. We love you. I'd love to have you back. Super Bowl, maybe Super Bowl weekend. Who knows?
I appreciate the shout out, guys. It was so much fun. Thank you.
Let's go, man. All right, y'all. Love you. Peace.
Peace.